Today on Alaskan Ballistics, RTS Tactical sent out this package. Let's see what's in it. Welcome back to Alaskan Ballistics. My name is Chuck. I hope you're doing well today. We're out here about to shoot whatever's in this package that RTS Tactical sent us. So let's open it up. We got this cool Strider knife. Is that what it is?
Yep.
From Chooks Outdoor Adventures. Go check out Chooks Outdoor Adventures channel. Nobody has helped me like he has. I make fun of him all the time, but he really is a good guy, and he would give the shirt off his back for you. So go check out Chooks Outdoor Adventures, if I could talk. See if Chuck can do it without cutting himself like he normally does. All right, so it looks like we got something in here. Thanks, Chook.
Yeah.
I have my own knife on me. It's an old Kershaw or something. It wasn't as cool, so Chook said I had to use the cool knife. All right, here we are. These are Tactical Mini-shields.
Wow.
So I asked for a couple of these. They sent them out for review, and we're going to shoot one. And the other I'm going to turn into a school classroom type thing where it can be hidden in the classroom and ready for a teacher to use. So we're going to shoot one. These are supposed to be level 3 plus. And I think all the thing is down here where you can read it. Yep, level 3 plus NIJ right there. We aren't going to shoot it with a lot of stuff that it's not rated for, because we do want to, show that it is capable of stopping an AR-15 and AR-10. And we might hit it with the 22-250. It's pretty thin, so I'm assuming the 22-250 go right through. It's not rated for that. We might hit with the 270 and a 7 mag as well, but I'm leaving the M80A1s out of the 300 Win Mag at home, so because I want to save them. Let's do some shooting. First up on the RTS Tactical Shield, while Chook's getting his stuff ready, I've got green tip. I've got Winchester M193, and then I've got PMC M193. The green tip is also PMC X-Tac. So we're going to fire these 3 shots. If it does this, it'll stop most AR-15 rounds. If it stops AR-15 rounds, it'll stop most AK rounds. I don't have an AK out here with me today. So anyway, these are the first ones. If it stops this, it's good to go. Let's see what we got. Here we are, AR-15 20-inch Palmetto State build. All right, if you can stop at 20-inch with the full velocity, we got the lab radar here. Let's see what we got. That was M193. M193 again. And M855 ball. As you can see, these dents were a little bit bigger, but they're not a hole. And I can tell you right now, there's just a smudge of backface deformation with the second M193 shot. The 62 grain, that thing just stopped. There's not even a backface deformation there. So if it'll stop it from a 20-inch AR-15, it's going to stop just about anything we can throw at it. So this is pretty good. I mean, heck, I would recover this in rubber and use it again personally. But, of course, one hitting in the exact same spot is going to be hard to get, but it might make it through if you did 2 right next to each other, but I doubt it would. This is to get you out of a bad situation. Use the shield, get out of the school, get out of whatever you need to get out of. So I definitely think if it can stop a 20-inch 1-in-7 twist AR-15, the lab radar didn't read correctly, so sorry about not getting velocities. But yeah, it seems to actually stop it, and this means it works. And I would definitely give one of these. If you have a teacher in your life, I would give them one of these. I got 6.5 Creedmoor, 120 grain full metal jackets. I'm just gonna shoot one. I got a 10-round magazine full of them. Try to get a good velocity read here. Let's see what we got. As you can see, the 6.5 Creedmoor didn't do much there. Can't really tell about backface deformation with the padding back here, which is good to have. You can see those are the original 3 shots. 6.5 Creedmoor down here. It's just fine. Let's shoot it with 308. Okay, for our 308 threats, I've got an M80 ball 149 grain from Winchester, 2 147 grain PMCs, and a 130 grain hand-loaded Barnes TTSX. These were going over 32 in our 22-inch barrel. I don't know what they're going to do in this 18-inch barrel. Probably just barely over 3,000. So let's see what we got. I'm going to shoot the Barnes TTSX last. So I'm going to put it in the magazine first, and then I'll shoot the M80 next to last, and then I'll shoot, of course, the 2 PMCs first. All right, I've got 4 rounds of 308 in here. First, I have 2 shots of PMC 147 grain, full metal jacket. Then I have M80 ball 149 grain. Then I have a 130 grain Barnes TTSX. So it's not rated for that 130 grain. Level 3 plus is supposed to take, what, 6 rounds of M80 ball, right? Something like that?
Yeah.
Here you go. I have to ask Buffman Range. And the last one. All right. That last one sure sounded different. Anyway, let's go check it out.
Ooh, looks like you might have a hole there, almost.
Maybe.
Kind of deep.
We had an M80 ball right here and right here. Or the 147 grain, 149 grain stuff was right there. That was next to the 223. That's got some backface deformation back here. I don't know if you can see it. It is hard to see the backface deformation right here. It's not really matter. It doesn't matter much on a shield because it's not up against your chest as much, you know?
Yeah.
Nor does the splatter matter as much because it's not in front of you. You should have it out in front of you where the splatter is going to go away from you.
Right.
So this is that 130 grain Barnes TTSX moving at a fair amount of speed. So we're going to have to unhook this and see if we can figure out if that went through or not. I don't think that it did. Let's see here. No. It did not go through. I don't know if you can see that right in there. But it did not go through. It's a big hump. It broke the seal on the back, kind of. Maybe a chip of the bullet or a chip of the plate came off, but the bullet did not actually go through. That's a 130 grain Barnes. It went to as far as it could bend it back without doing that. And, you know, nobody you're going to really need this shield with is loading 130 grain Barnes TTSX and AR-10s.
That's true.
You know, nobody's really doing that, so. All right, we have some Winchester deer season copper in a 270 Winchester 130 grain. Again, the lab radar isn't working, so we're not sure if we're really getting all the readings we need to, but hopefully we'll get a good idea of this plate stopping a deer hunting round. Here we go, 270, 130 grain copper, deer season, here we go. All right, that might have punched through, I'm not sure.
Doesn't look like it went through.
Good. All right, no, that was less dent than anything else. That Winchester must not be going pretty fast with that ammo. But yeah, if I reach under here, very slight bulge and backface deformation. All right, I got 2 guns left, 7 mag and 22 250. What do you want to see first, Chook? I know the 2250 will go through.
Yeah, 7 mag next.
Let's do the 7 mag 139 grain Barnes LRX. 139 grain, 7mm Remington Magnum from a 26-inch barrel Barnes LRX. Here we go. I think that punched right through.
I think so too.
I think that punched right through. I think we found its breaking point.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that punched right through.
Right through.
Right through, which is okay. It's
Yep.
not rated to take that.
Nope.
Not rated to take it at all. So, punched right through. Came out the foam in the back as well.
Wow. It's a
Yep.
Magnum round.
Yep, that's an awesome round. I've taken a caribou with that round at 459 yards. So, yeah, that'll absolutely go through and destroy that. So, if you're using this in a classroom like I would be to defend my students, if I were doing this, somebody's not going to come over with a 26-inch barrel, 139 grain
Yeah.
Barnes LRX. Like, it's just not going to happen from a 7mm Remington Magnum. So this is worst case scenario. This is, I don't know, shiznit hits the fan, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's end of the world, Teowaki, whatever that acronym is. I can't remember it. I'm not that smart. But yeah, it definitely went all the way through. The rest of this plate would still protect you though. Like, it's compromised, but I wonder how many hits it can take. So we know the 22-250 will go through. You want to skip that and just see how many rounds it can take from 5.56?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, for our last test, I've got M193 alternated with M855 on the left there. So first shot will be M855. We got 20 round magazines, YouTube. They're not 30 round or 40 or anything like that. So they're legal by your standards, even though they're less than a standard capacity magazine. So anyway, we have them alternating. Let's see how many it can take. We got one penetration from them going all through the same hole, just to, the same area.
Yeah.
But that's still tough. I mean, how many of them did it stop?
It was sparking.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
Let's check it out.
Two penetration.
Oh yeah. Wow. Took all that Spalding cover off.
Yeah, took all the spall covering off. This is a round that hit. I mean, you can see how many rounds it hit right next to. So it's not a fair hit in a testing,
Right.
And so this is the same. There was already a round there. There's the 6.5 or the 270 or something. There's already a round here of a bigger caliber as well. So I think that might be the 6.5 or Creedmoor or something. So this is already damaged. And yeah, it went through. But you're talking about it took how many rounds in the same spot, which is not going to happen in a bad situation. This is worst case scenario.
Yeah.
This plate is still good.
Yeah.
I would not judge these 3 penetrations that we had, plus a partial one. I would not judge those as a bad thing of this plate. I would use this plate any day of the week as a shield, this mini shield.
Yep.
And I just think that this is a great product to have. I mean, if you're in a bad situation and you take that many rounds in the same place,
Yeah.
you're doing something wrong too.
Right.
Like, you're standing in the same place. what I was always envisioning is somebody would take this, use it, grab it, all right, cover their body if they can mostly, and then come up and punch up into somebody coming into their classroom.
Right.
So I think that would be a great thing to do. If that went through with that many on there, I know the 22-250 would go through.
Yeah.
But again, that's taking 20 rounds of M193 in the same spot, and it stopped 18 of them, M193 and M855. So it stopped 18 of them after being compromised, after stopping everything but a 7 mag.
Yeah.
So I would say it's a good product to have, even on a big guy like me. Look how much it covers.
Yeah.
All right, even a big guy like me, it covers. I could come out. If I had my pistol, I'm not going to point a pistol at Chook, but if I had my pistol, I could come out like this. All right, I'm not as cool as Mr. Guns and Gear, who does it on his video, but be good for the church security teams they're doing now. A lot of places have church security teams. This would be a very good thing for them.
Yep.
All right, to help defend yourself. You get a lot more coverage than a regular plate, and you can also kind of use it as a shield where you can dip down below a person that's walking in the door, kind of surprise them. So, do what your school requires, obviously, for, Alice drills and all that kind of stuff. But make sure that you also have something to protect yourself as well. So I've got this weight on the baby scale at 11 pounds, 14 ounces. It's not terrible. Easy for a fit person to hold up. So tell me what you think of this RTS Tactical Mini-shield. I think it did a great job. On the other one where it had been hit with 270 and 65 Creedmoor and some 308, and then it took 18 out of 20 shots of M855 ball and M193. And of course, M193 at the top, it didn't penetrate at all. So if you needed to use this, I think you would be doing all right. They make it in different sizes. This is the smallest of the different sizes. I think this would be perfect to hide under your desk as a classroom teacher. Kind of duck your head and torso behind it, run up against the door, lift up, get under the person, kind of protect your kids in that manner. I think that's probably the best thing you can do. Again, I'm not worried about the 7mm Magnum, penetrating through it because it was supposed to. It's not rated for that. I was just going to see what it could take. Did stop a 130 grain 270. We did chronograph that 270, and it was kind of slow for a 130 grain. It was kind of pathetically slow, Winchester, just so you're listening, in case you're listening. So it was kind of slow. It was in the high 2800s, I think, or something like that. It was kind of pathetic for a 130 grain 270. And that 130 grain Barnes from the 308 that almost penetrated the other plate was going like 3150 even out of the 18-inch barrel. They were going 3215-ish out of a 22-inch Springfield M1A a few videos back. So it stopped that, which was probably the most impressive round that it stopped, in my opinion. So I would not have any issues worrying about this, using this in any type of bad situation to protect yourself from a bad guy. Obviously, having the ability to shoot back is much better than just defending yourself. But if you needed to keep this beneath your desk in the classroom, absolutely. If you wanted to keep it out in display and just, put a whiteboard over it, that's what I'm doing. All right, so this is what I've done with the other plate, and this is for you classroom teachers. And what I did is I took some JP Weld for metal. It's the metal JP Weld, and I glued on a rubber piece of mat. That way, the spalling might be captured or at least slowed down some. And then I glued this on too, but it didn't stay. I was using the JP Weld for plastics, and that didn't really work between the rubber and the plastic. But if you have a whiteboard like this, you can put this in the classroom, use a different glue. Windshield glue would probably be good. I've got some other JB Weld here to try. And you can just, set this up in a corner, ready to grab. You can even put a pretty frame around it. It only adds like 6 ounces to it, so it's not that bad as far as weight is concerned. And then you can have a shield, and if you're in a room full of antis or a school full of antis that don't think you should have a shield and don't think you should have a gun and they're anti-Second Amendment, well, at least you have a shield and you can kind of disguise it. And so this has been a project of mine I've been thinking of for a while, and these RTS Mini-shields are probably the best one for it. I wish they'd come out with a rectangular one for like classroom use. So RTS, if you're listening, maybe a true rectangular shield for those of us who are gonna, be using it for defending students. That would be awesome. Just a little bit cut different on the metal and it would be good to go. But this thing has stopped everything it's supposed to stop. I am happy with it. It's going to stop everything that 99.999% of mass murderers, notice I didn't say mass shooters, mass murderers would do. So it's going to stop that. Guys, thanks for watching the video. Go buy some of these for the teachers in your life, like here, and go make a little shield for them. I think they'll appreciate it. Don't use JB Weld plastics glue though. 2A for teachers. God bless. Take care. We'll see you at the range.